Hi, I'm Subu bringing crafting to you, and today I'm going to make an hexagonal anniversary card, an easel one, using the stamp set Forever and Always. I really love these flowers and the leaves, so to save some time I've already cut out my flowers. I've coloured in my leaves, and I've coloured those in, so we'll pick it up from there. Right, so first of all we're going to use a die to cut out our card base. So what I'm going to do is, you want your, what if I just put that down? I don't leave this. I thought I'm all ready, I've got everything, and look, I've just got, oh no, I've left it in. So I've got some hexagonal dies. I really loved in Lots of Happy card kit that it unfortunately is no longer available. They had an hexagonal card in it and I loved it, and I actually made an easel card with it and I really liked it. So I'm going to make another one now. I have actually got a die that will cut in an hexagonal shape. So what I'm needing, because the die is roughly 5 inches square, I have, it's not 5 inches square because when you put it on here it doesn't come to 5 inches. I think the points virtually are about 5. Hello Valerie! So I've just got a piece of card that is 4 5/8 by 8 1/4. I've scored that down the middle, and then what I'm going to do is just pop the card so that the top just overhangs. So sorry, it's out of focus. So that it's not touching on the fold, so that that part will still remain intact when I've cut the rest out. So it'd be better if I sit it on my my actual machine and just get it about right. There we go. I'm just going to take this down so hopefully it doesn't move, and just get my no, that was not it. I've got both on here again. No, I've just taken it off on top, that's it. And I've just started using a brand new plate on top. So I'm just going to take that through the die cutting machine. Oh, there we go. And hopefully it's gone all right, otherwise I'll have to cut myself another piece of card, but it should be fine. Just make sure that, yes, it's gone through both ends, and oh no, has it slipped underneath? Oh, it has. Oh no, we're all right. Oh, good. Must have just worked. Hopefully, I'll just double check that in a moment, but the fold did look intact, so hoping that it is. So just got to pick off, I've used some brand new washi tape early doors, and so it's still very sticky. I just need to make sure that this has worked and that it's not tricking me, and that I need to redo it. Yep, that seems to be fine. Right, so I'll just move the big shot out of the way now and bring back in my trimmer and scorer. So what I'm going to do is line up one of the edges. So I think I'm going to line up, let's see. Now I'll put that on the bottom. I'm going to line up this one. So what I'm going to do is going to place the points in the trimmer, and I'm going to score down the centre. So I've just put those points in the trimmer and just scored down the centre. so that I can fold it over to make my easel card. There we go. Now already I have cut out another, because you need to cut out another exactly the same size, so I've already done that. So I've done the prep work for this. So you're going to get your card and you just want to stick it on this part here. And I'm just going to see whether this will come out, because, oh yes it has. So I'm going to put glue on this part of my card. Now I'm going to decorate it up to a certain point, but I will go back into it later and finish it off, because what I want to do is I want to put another piece here, and I am going to put a complete piece on the bottom as well. So this is how the easel card will stand. In fact, it's standing without anything being in front of it, so that's really good. Right, so how I'm decorating this is I've got a piece of the ombre, it's Blushing Bride that I'm using, and the Oh So Ombre had the Blushing Bride, I think it's Blackberry Bliss, Bermuda Bay and Granny Apple Green. So you've got the same patterns in different colours. So this is the Blushing Bride side and this is the Bermuda Bay. And shame on me, I'm covering up. I really love the beautiful Bermuda Bay. And I'm about out of this colour now. I've used it so much that I've run out of the patterned bit of it. I've got the plain bit. Now, we want a nice even gap all the way round. Now, what I would have done is popped the glitter paper behind, but because I don't want to waste it, then I'm going to pop it on top like that. So I've put two of the dies together so that I can cut out a frame. So I've got that. And because it's hard to put on glitter paper as well, it really is a pain in the neck to stick it down. So this is the way that I have done that. So I'm still getting my frame there, and then that's still like that coming up. Okay, now the bottom part, so I'm going to open that up, and this is the plain ombre effect, so I've still got plenty of this to go at the moment. So of course you've got your Bermuda Bay that I'm covering up again on the bottom part. So I'm going to decide which way I want it, whether I want the deeper end at the top. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for that. So I'm just going to put an even gap all the way round for that too. So pop that down. And so that's going to sit on there. Now it slips, you see. Now it's no longer got the card. Right, as I say, I've already started on the flower. So I'd stamped the biggest flower and cut it out. And then I've used the Stampin' Right marker, Cherry Cobbler, and I've just gone on some of the lines there to give it that type of effect. Then I went with the deeper alcohol marker, because that was a Stampin' Right marker, and that's why it doesn't blend, it stays put. And then with the Stampin' Blends, I've used the lighter, the darker one to go all the way round the edge, and then the lighter one to go in. And then I've just used some, I've got a blender pen, and I just put some Blushing Bride and picked it up and put that in the middle. So that's so far. So I've got another white one so you can see exactly how I did it. So I'm going to sit down for this bit, hope that I'm in camera shot, so I think if I leave it there I'll be alright. So what I just did is went round some of the marks going into the centre, just following where those marks are, and not being too precise, just getting those marks going. Okay, like that, and there's a few there, like that. So just left it like that, and then I went in with my darker one and just went all the way around the outside like this. Can you see? Okay, so just going around the outside. And just going around here. I think I'll colour all that in the darker one and come down the outside, go up. Now it would have been better to have coloured it on that whole sheet, but I didn't want you to have to wait for me to fussy cut out, so I've done it like this. Now I'm just going to bring some of those lines down a bit. There we go. And then I'm just going to fill in with the lighter one and just blend that in. So just going all over it and going over the cherry cobbler as well. So bringing that down like this. Bringing that down, so then bringing it down a bit more. Okay, like that. And there's one there, so I'll colour that in the lighter shade. I'm just going to dip out the white bits a bit. Let's get rid of those white. I hate white bits showing. Let's have a look, see if there's any on here. So I'm just going to go round the edge with my lighter one. This finishes it off a bit better. So if you've missed any bits, it will fill them in and it will not be too obvious then. Okay, I think that's it. And then, as I say, I've cut out all the green bits as well. I hope I was in focus for you to see. So my Blushing Bride, I've just got my Blushing Bride, because I haven't got any alcohol markers for Blushing Bride. I just went in and just popped my ink pad onto my block like that, and then using my blender pen I just picked up in the centre and then just coloured in the Blushing Bride here like this. I just picked it up on my blending. There we go. If you feel you've missed any, just go over there. So that was what I did with that. And then just make sure that you, I'm just going to grab a piece of card, just make sure that you go over, if you've used a blender brush, that you clean up your blender brush before you leave it, so it's alright to use with another colour next time. You just have to be patient and find the spots where it's doing it. When you're happy that that's about clear, that's it, we can pop that away. Okay, so now I'm going to start position. Oh, before I did that, I realised I haven't really got many happy anniversaries, because I wanted this for somebody's anniversary. It's coming up this month, and so bouquet, beautiful bouquet which you can't buy anymore. I'd got a happy anniversary in it, so I've had to use that. And then I've used the new oval punch to punch it out. And then I just picked up again some of the corner of this and just went round the outside with the blushing bride just to give it that shadow and depth of colour like that. Okay, so now I'm going to position my flowers and I'm going to think about where I want them, how the positioning I want them, and I'm going to stick my leaves on the back. Now how I do this is I decide whereabouts I want my leaves to go to start with. So I'm just going to see if I want some coming out. Where do I want them coming out? I haven't decided. So you've got to decide whereabouts you want your leaves coming out. So I want them in pairs. I might have some coming out up there, and I've got smaller ones and larger ones, so I'm just going to play with the larger ones because I'm going to use the smaller ones to go on the smaller. So I think roughly about there. So what I do is I get my tear and tape and I see whereabouts I want them, and I want a bit round about there and a bit round about there. And so I just put some tear and tape on there, and I'm just going to peel the back off and then look at my flower again. So I'm looking at my flower again, and then I'm thinking about how I want that position to go. And now they're just stuck to the back of that tear and tape. So when you pick it up, so there's a bit of tear and tape. And so now I want some more about here, so I'm going to stick some more tear and tape. It doesn't matter if you miss any, if you've put it in places you don't need, that's fine, because it's not going to interfere with anything. So I'm going to put some, I think, about there, and might have some a bit there. So I'm going to just put that little bit there. So I'm going to take these two off now and then have a look at the positioning again. So some about there and about there. I think I quite like that. And I think I was looking at whether I want that underneath. Now I definitely want that on top. Now I don't want my leaves to go into my flowers, so I'm going to be looking at putting the tear and tape down this side. So I'm just going to tear a bit off and put it down that side to start with, and a little bit more I'm going to use on here. Okay, so I've got those, and then just going to take the backs off. Oh, you're well, Valerie. Thank you that you did have faith that it did work. So, can you remember when I did that other one and it kept cutting it in half, and I had to keep doing it? So, oops. Because they're not quite fixed in place, just be a little careful with them. So I'm thinking about around about there. So I'm going to have these come out the side somewhere like this. Do I want any more than two? I might put another one. I've got some there, so let's see. Yeah, I think I'll leave that one. So it's about round about there, I think. Right, okay, now I'm going to go for my dimensionals and stick those in place. I've used all those. Oh, this one on here. So I like to put them over where the leaves are as well, so that's another way of holding them in place. So and don't forget on your dimensionals you can use all these cut off bits. So I'm going to stick one over that bit where the tape is anyway, and grab one over there and put one in the middle there. So we'll see, that's about right. So I'm going to now look for positioning. Oh, brilliant. I just love the actual shape of it. I really do. Did you catch the one that I did on the Lots of Happy card kit? So I'm going to see whereabouts that, because I want this roughly there. So I think doesn't matter. I'm not bothered if it sticks slightly over there. So I'm going to put dimensionals only on one side because it's going to overlap. So this is the side. So I'm going to stick some dimensionals again over my leaves just to make sure that they are held in place. And let's see how that's, yeah, I think I like that. So I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue on these just to hold that in position when it sticks to there. I think about there. Yep, so I'm liking that. And then I am going to stick also some dimensionals on my happy anniversary. I'm going to lift that up as well, so that will be lifted up. And then I'm just going to make sure it can touch over the flowers a bit like that. So now what I love to do, this glimmer paper, it costs you a lot of money, and one of the things that I have done is, I've left it here to show you. What have I done with it? I actually stick the double-sided sheets to the back of it. Can't believe I thought sure that I'd left it to show you. Well, I stick the double-sided sheet on the back, only on tiny bits of it. Oh, I dropped it on the floor. No, I can't see it. And then I've got a 1/8 of an inch punch, and I just go then and punch a load of these out. So is there any more stuck in there? So then all I've got to do is get my pokey tool, which I need to think about. Where are you? There we go. And then I can just get the backs off and stick them anywhere I like. So we'll start on a few. Now, I did cut, and I haven't stuck any on these. I didn't think about it at the time. I did stick some, and I don't know whether I want to stick them on there or not. I've not decided whether I like that or not. What do you think, Valerie? Yes, all the time, yes. Whatever I do on here, I then put straight away onto, or sometime later onto YouTube. My YouTube channel is exactly the same as my Facebook, Sue Booth Bringing Crafting to You. So, yes, I do post on YouTube. So these videos on here, after 30 days, some of them will just disappear, whereas my YouTube one, they'll go on and stay on. So yes, I try and post. Now, some of the Lots of Happy card kit, I did some 3D projects, I think, and I'm not sure whether I've put the 3D projects on or the actual cards, but I did lots of alternatives. I think I am going to stick them there, I've decided. And that's where I first started with the hexagonal card. Now, it's not quite as big. Yes, I've decided I do as well. I've I will show you the size. I'll just get one out. And did I show it you fully? I don't know whether I showed it you fully, but it's actually to make a triple easel card. Now, I have made a heart one in the past using just my own heart dies, but I saw this. It's the Craft Companions die, this is, and now I've stuck all my brochure to the back and it's ripped it. So it showed you the triple easel card, which I will do at some point. I'll do a triple easel one, but this one I just wanted simple. And it doesn't show you the dies on the front. So I think that's Friend it's got as a die cut out. You've got these little tiny hexagons, and then you've got this one here, and then you've got this patterned cut out. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of your dies. So the idea is you use each size to make it go down into your triple easel. But I just made a easel card, and the actual size they are smaller. So if you see those, they are the smaller. I was just going to see which of the dies. Yeah, it's that one. It's the second die down, it is. So it's the second die down that these that came with the Lots of Happy card kit are. But I made an easel card with these using all of the Lots of Happy card kit, and I just thought how pretty it was. I really loved it. It was one of my favourites, and I sent it to a friend, and she loved it. But yeah, I just really think, particularly as easel cards, I think they're just something really different and really pretty. So something's fell on the floor at me. Yeah, it's my pokey tool, which I really need. So what we're going to do is there's a flower punch, and I decided I would stay with the ombre effect, and I'm just going to cut some flowers. So I'm going to do sort of varying shades, and this will pick up varying colours here. So that's my idea. So let's see. Let's get some darker ones. So see what they turn out like. So I'm going to get rid of this and see whether I can make this work today. I was going to see if they cut out of there, but never mind. So I'm going to curl, and I'm just going to use my fingers, and I'm going to curl my flowers down. And I'm going to have a darker flower and a lighter flower. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to push them in here to make the flowers come up like that. And then I'm going to do a lighter one for on top. So again, I'm just doing my fingers because they are tiny. Do that. And then I'm just going to push them down again. And then I'm going to see they can layer on top of one another. So you've got just a slight bit of difference in pattern. I'm going to stick some glue on the back. Sometimes I use glue dots generally with this, but I see there. I'm just going to have to give that a minute to adhere. So just pop that to one side, and then I'm going to do the reverse this time. So I'm going to start with a darker one, but I'm going to put the lighter one underneath this time. Yes, it does. So I don't play a lot. I sometimes do it and sometimes don't. So, but it just gives them that little bit of movement. And also it depends on your flowers sometimes as well, doesn't it? Some flowers do it better than others. So I'm just going to do that and then push that down again. And this time I'm going to do the reverse. So that's going to sit in there. It might be better with glue dots. Should really just go and get some really, but there, pop that in there. Yeah, it's also easier, I think, on YouTube, because I don't know what you can see really very well on this business page. If you catch me live, that's great, but I think if you don't, I'm never quite sure what people see, so whether they can clearly see my past videos, whereas on YouTube, if you subscribe, you can go down and you can see all the videos people's made, so you can have a look at them. I don't always this is quite handy, so I'm doing it with this now. I don't edit, of course. I stick it raw from Facebook to YouTube, so I don't do any editing, and I don't know how to make it show what I'm making, so like an end shot, so I don't know whether you can or you can't do that really. And this one I'll just stick on the top. I like that that's come up a bit more, so let's make sure it's showing the underneath bit. Okay, now what I'm going to put in the middle, so where's my glue pin? And I've lost my thing off the ends come off. So as I say, I've cut these out using the punch. Go on, off you get. So push them in the middle. So it's one way of it not being too high with using like the gems or the pearls or anything like that. That one's gone a bit, so it's still wet. To twist it a bit. Okay, and then this one here. So to say, this was an idea because I bought Joy of Sharing card kit at Christmas, and they had these gold ones, different sizes in, and then I began to cut out more because obviously there's gaps. So there we go. So I'm now going to put these on dimensionals to lift them as well. So where's my, I don't want my new scissors, I want my old scissors. So I'm going to use these bits in the corner here, because I only want little bits. So I'm going to cut into my dimensionals to give me just a little bit. So pop that on the back. And I don't know, let's stick this. So I'm going to place that roughly where I want it there. And then I'm not sure whether I want to have different levels, so I want to go smaller and yes, I think I want to do that. So I'm just going to glue these down. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm going to get a glue dot to get those just fixed down. So I'm just going to get my let's see. use these. I was going to look for my bigger ones, but normally I find my bigger ones when I want my smaller ones. Oh, these are good size anyway. So I'm going to pop a glue dot on the back. Okay, and it's fetched off too, that doesn't matter. So I'll pop that this way round. So I'm going to tuck it in between there. So that'll just lift that up, and then do another one in the centre. So roughly this one, and so this one. Tuck that underneath there, so it's giving it a bit of variance. And that one has slipped round on itself. How annoying. There, it might just be alright, that. Let's do some messing about with it. Picking my petals up to separate them a bit more. That gives it some added shape so it's not stuck down and flat. There, so then what I do, thank you, what I'll do is actually pop the verse onto the back and write the card on the back. So that's how it'll be. So I think that's pretty. I like the look of it. I like the sparkle on it. It's going to sit pretty on somebody's shelf for their anniversary. I know who it's going to. She doesn't watch me live at all, so it's going to my friend Kate and Andy. It's their wedding anniversary coming up, so I've been fancying doing one of these ever since I picked up the die. So now I've done it. So hope you liked that. Thank you very much for popping by and watching me. Check out my YouTube channel and see if there's anything, and have a look for the easel card. That's lots of happy card kit. So there are part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4 and part 5 of them in the cards, and it will be the cards one. And I'm honestly, I don't know, because with me filming with my phone, I had a look for it on my phone and told you whether it is on YouTube or not. But yeah, so thank you very much. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.